better to skip around the hierarchy, but it doesn't address the issue of willingness and motivation to do it. The reality is that most of our patients won't do that. So it sounds good, but the reality is that I'm trying to get them moving in a direction. And usually, hey, you can go up to the 44 is not going to do it. So, and they might do it, but they won't do the RP, and so the learning is not taking place. So there's different aspects of inhibitory learning research implications that I think are more useful, like the habituation model. No, we're not waiting for your studies to go down to some level. It's more about, can you not do the compulsion? Can you move on? And are you learning something? Yes. But this idea that you can just skip around the hierarchy is a nice idea abstractly. But most of the research that's been done has not been with real-life, complex, very frightened patients who have lots of compulsions. It's been with, fear of heights or things that you can research easily.
Alan?
Yeah.
Can you just take one more question and pick a little bit earlier because we have a big panel that we're going to try to squeeze
Oh,
in.
absolutely. I have.
No, I'm asking you to stop a little bit earlier.
Oh, I don't mind at all. Yeah, that's.
Why don't you just take one last?
So I only get one more question. Whoever has a bill in their hand, I will call on. Come on, you cheapskates. All right. Now I can't take it, but I will call on. You've been raising your hand a lot.
Rob has one.
I'm wondering if these are two different phenomena. With perfectionism, people have a hard time if they're writing something like an outline, which comes first, where's the middle, what's the end. And in a similar way, people might not know where on the wall to hang a painting, or if they have 10 tasks for the day, like they have a hard time prioritizing, seeing what's more important than the other. Is that the same as perfection, or is that something else, like a true inability to discern what's more important?
Okay, boy, there's potentially 7 or 8 questions in there. So I'm going to try to do it
Could you
quickly.
prioritize which is?
I can't. No.
That's my answer.
I have this disorder, so, and you put the bill back in your pocket, so I'm not answering your question. I think what you're touching on, his question, I don't know if everybody heard it, but he was talking about, is the struggling to prioritize a different phenomena than just perfectionism? And the answer is, I'm not really sure. They correlate so much that it's hard to sort it out. But I think about they're more like the difficulty to prioritize has a cognitive part where their beliefs, like I have to do everything perfect, is going to make them not be able to prioritize because everything has to be done perfectly. So that would be coming from a belief that they're, or a skill that is it potentially like I'm not really good at that.
Sure.
And they need training to develop this skill. Or is it avoidance of emotion, like if I do prioritize. And I think it's that more often than we think, because a lot of times you get your indeciders who tell you they can't make a decision. So you do this. My hypothesis is you actually do have an idea of what the decision is, but you don't have confidence, you're not certain, so you resist. So what we're going to do is I'm going to count from 10 to 1 and backwards. And if you haven't yelled out which of the 2 or 3 answers is the right one that you choose, we'll flip a coin and we'll go with that. So we're going to leave it up to chance. If it's perfectly tied between the response options, then it won't matter because you're already tied. So who cares? Let's just pick one. But if you do have a bias, you have made a decision, you'll yell it out before I get to 1. And almost invariably, they do. They yell it out before I get to 1. Okay, I'm going to do blah, blah, blah. Okay. And because they don't want to leave it to chance, and they probably do know. So is it anxiety-based? Is it actually a skill deficit? Or is it also influenced by beliefs? The answer may be all of those. But we do have to address it in folks who are perfectionistic, whether we see it as part of it or like another thing that goes along with it separately. So I'm going to stop there because I'm excited to hear the panel, mainly because I can stop talking. But I'm also fascinated to hear what you guys have to say. So thank you very much.
Thanks. So very quickly, Dr. Haynes and Dr. Deibler and Dr. Stroll are going around giving out these yellow forms. This is for everybody to fill out as an evaluation. The NASW, the clinical social workers that are here, have to fill that out as part of their CE credit. There are email sign-up sheets on every single table to give us your name and emails. Dr. Levy is going to be going around and picking those up, but please offer those to him and add your name to the list if you haven't done so.